Have you ever considered living in a small town? Well, today we're going to cover all the things about living right in Mount Vernon, Indiana. Small town living might not be for everyone, but the amount of opportunities this small has to offer might just convince you that small town living is the way to go. Hey everyone, my name is Kendra and I am 1/3 of the Angel team, and I wanted to welcome you to our channel where we cover all things living in Southwestern Indiana. Today we're going to cover the small town of Mount Vernon, Indiana. But first, before we jump in, I wanted to take a second to ask you to make sure to like and subscribe this video so you don't miss any of our future content on all things living in Southwestern Indiana. Let's jump right in. So when looking at Mount Vernon, you're going to notice that Mount Vernon, Indiana is located at the most southwestern tip of Indiana. So what that means is when you are looking at Indiana, and it kind of looks like a boot, you're going to notice that Mount Vernon is in the toe of the boot. And Mount Vernon is a part of Posey County, which is a rather large county in Indiana. However, Mount Vernon is just a very small town right there at the corner. And you're going to notice that the Ohio River follows Mount Vernon to the south, and then also the Wabash River is to the west. And is going down the side of Indiana. So we are actually bordered on two sides by rivers. So Mount Vernon is definitely a unique town, a very small town, but has a ton of opportunity, and we're going to talk about that today. So one of the unique aspects of Mount Vernon, Indiana is the Riverfront area. So it is a great area to not only get active and maybe take a walk on the walking trail, to just enjoy the view on the swings out by the river, maybe take the kiddos to the park right there at the riverfront, or even put in your boat if you're a boater and need a ramp to get the boat into the water. So there's plenty of different options when it comes to enjoying the riverfront downtown in Mount Vernon. But also we have some pretty cool things that happen down there, and one that just happened was the River Days Festival, which is a 2-day festival in Mount Vernon, and the community comes out and enjoys so many fun things. Just recently, this event happened, and it was so fun. The opening ceremony is always a neat experience, and then they have Storyteller Susan, which if you've never seen Storyteller Susan, definitely a local attraction, or kind of a celebrity, so to speak, but she is so entertaining for the kiddos, and she's just really gets the crowd involved, which is so neat. We also have the Little Miss and Mr. contest, so that was a fun event at River Days. They have plenty of food and vendor options. Some vendor options, we had Hope Outdoors, which if you've never heard of Hope Outdoors, it is this incredible program, a nonprofit program that helps people with special needs be able to enjoy the ability to get out and hunt and fish and just be outdoors. And it is a wonderful organization to get involved with. But they have a booth there selling apparel. So another vendor booth is also like Fisher's Flags. They have some really cool wooden flags that are super neat if you're looking for a gift for someone. And then food options. We have JB's Barnyard, which has incredible ice cream and so many different options to choose from. If you've never tried JB's Barnyard ice cream, you have to find their events calendar and make sure to check them out. They are locally owned right here in Posey County, so that's a pretty cool one as well. Also, Hog & Sauce has a booth down there as well. Plenty of different options. Mount Vernon Swim Team also has walking tacos, so definitely a great opportunity to help out the local businesses and organizations in the town during River Days Festival. A couple other things that they also do at River Days would be the Pet Parade, which is a really fun time. This year the theme was Pirates on the Ohio. So you saw all sorts of animals dressed up as pirates and different fun things like that. We also had a lighted boat parade, and then the main parade, which the Angel team actually participated in. And we had such a blast throwing candy and frisbees and some stress balls out to the crowd. And it's always just a great time seeing everyone and saying hi. and then seeing the other organizations involved in the parade as well. So Mount Vernon construction trades class was there, and they had this incredible pirate ship that was just amazing. But that is the high school, one of the opportunities at the high school that the kiddos can get involved in, and it's just a wonderful program. Just so many different organizations that came together to put on what a wonderful parade. So that is definitely something that if you are local, make sure to come out next year and join us and see the parade for yourself, take some pictures, and make sure to say hi if you see us. It is a great time. So the River Days is just a wonderful small town event that brings out everybody, and you just get to see so many great parts of Mount Vernon right there in one spot. Okay, so I mentioned that some of the bigger shopping options are in Evansville, but however, we do have plenty to get you taken care of when it comes to food and that kind of thing. So McKim's IGA is a great grocery store in town if you are looking to shop local. Also, we have Priceless Foods on the east side of town, and definitely Dollar Generals and that kind of thing to be able to get last minute items that you might need. We also have Ace Hardware that is locally owned and a great place to shop if you need something like that and you don't want to take the trip to Evansville to get something at Lowe's or Home Depot. As far as food goes, maybe you're just not in the cooking mood tonight and you want to grab a quick bite to eat. Tequilas, Haagen Sauce. We have McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Arby's, Taco Bell. So we do have some quick food options and just some great opportunities in this town to be able to have a quick bite to eat or maybe go out to eat for dinner as well. And I couldn't go on with this video without mentioning our awesome school system, the MSD of Mount Vernon. I am pretty partial, but I will say that this school system definitely has that small town feel, and you get some amazing educators in the Mount Vernon area. So the Mount Vernon school system starts with 3 elementary schools. We have Mars Elementary, West Elementary, and Farmersville Elementary. They all actually go up to the Mount Vernon Junior High and then the Mount Vernon Senior High. So the entire school system has around 2,000 students. So as you can imagine, with 5 schools, 2,000 students, you have quite a small teacher to student ratio, which allows for so many options when it comes to learning for your child. Now, I feel like I have to mention that the facilities that Mount Vernon offers our athletes are pretty awesome. And even more than just athletes, we have amazing opportunities in different areas as well. So the football stadium is turf. It is a pretty awesome stadium with just very clean, very well kept, and it's pretty awesome. So we also have a soccer and softball area on the campus as well. And then I have to mention our brand new athletic facility, where this is a huge building that has turf inside, nets all around it for softball or baseball. And it is a practice facility that is designed to allow our athletes, even in the winter time or rainy days, to still be able to practice and stay sharp on their skills. They also have a golf simulator up there for the golfers, and just options galore as far as the opportunities that are provided because we have this building in Mount Vernon. Also, we are getting some updates on our baseball field right now, which is on the other side of Harriet Street. And it's just a really incredible amount of facilities for such a small town, and they all look great. Some other awesome things that are happening at Mount Vernon High School. We have our building trades program, which actually just completed their first ever house build, and it is beautiful. It is in Lawrence Subdivision on Sunset Drive, and these kids got to work right alongside the contractors and build a house from the ground up. And I just don't know about you, but I think that is so incredible that these teenagers are getting that type of opportunity right there in high school, and just get those real life skills while they're still in school. So I also need to mention the partnership with BWXT and the Mount Vernon High School. And this is an incredible opportunity for students to learn how to weld while in high school. And I'll tell you that this weld facility is incredible. It is first one of a kind in the entire US. BWXT has done a phenomenal job at investing in our students and allowing our students to learn right alongside some of the best welders in the area. and they are receiving the type of training that will allow them to leave high school and go right into the workforce if they choose to do so. So there are some pretty awesome opportunities right here in Mount Vernon that you really wouldn't expect for a hometown or a small town like Mount Vernon. But I have to say, I'm pretty proud that those things are offered here in such a small town. So when talking about living in Mount Vernon, Indiana, there's a ton of different options, and there are several neighborhoods to maybe consider if you're looking to move here to this area. We first comes to mind is probably the Country Club Estates. We have Park Ridge neighborhood. Both of those are more towards the west side of town, very close to the Mount Vernon Youth Baseball Association fields, Brittle Bank Park, and they are more in the city, but I wouldn't say it's more of a city feel. It's definitely more rural, but that big neighborhood feel on the west side of town. So there's also Birdland would be a great option to look into, and then Lawrence Subdivision. They are actually still building new construction in this neighborhood as well. And then, you have some very great ranch style homes in Lawrence as well. So I would say price range in Mount Vernon does definitely vary depending on location, but I would say probably low end, you're starting around 150,000 all the way up to 400 plus, depending on what you're looking for and the size of that and several other things. So when we are talking about housing, though, you definitely want to have a good lender by your side when you are looking to purchase a home. So I want to take a quick second to thank our sponsor of today's video, Paul Kastrup with Mortgage Masters. If you need a lender, make sure to give Paul a call and he'd be happy to help. So when talking about moving here, maybe the question is, why would you move to Mount Vernon, Indiana? And I'm going to tell you, some people move here just because they want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the bigger city. Okay, so Evansville is still very conveniently located if you want to go to the mall or you want to go to Walmart or any of those bigger things that happen in Evansville. However, Mount Vernon definitely has this more of a small town feel, and it just gives you that ability to maybe slow down a little bit in life. And a lot of people today are looking for that type of home. So Mount Vernon is very conveniently located, like I said, to the big city. However, you feel like you're just more in that small town feel, more comfortable here. So a lot of people say that. I hear that all the time. They just love the feel of Mount Vernon. Another reason that a lot of people move to Mount Vernon is for the industry. So we have a ton of big employers right here in Mount Vernon, Indiana. Some of the top ones that come to mind are BWXT, Sabic, Country Mark, GAF, and that's just to name a few. With the river being right here in Mount Vernon, we have what's called the Port of Indiana, and it's one of the largest ports, and it just provides all kinds of industries, the ability to have big shipments come in, and it just allows for a lot of great employers to be right here in Mount Vernon. So that's why people are coming here, either to get away from the hustle and bustle or maybe for employment opportunities. So definitely a great spot to land. And the cost of living is also a lot lower in Mount Vernon than a lot of the bigger cities in Indiana. I'm sure I haven't covered it all, but I've given you a pretty good breakdown of some of the basics of Mount Vernon, Indiana. So here's what I would suggest. Make sure to jump into the quiz in the comments and see if Mount Vernon actually fits what you're looking for. Because maybe it's Mount Vernon or maybe it's somewhere else in southwestern Indiana, but the Angel team can help you when determining where you want to land and help set up your search for your next home. Other than that, make sure to like and subscribe to this video and tune in next time when we talk about all things living in southwestern Indiana. Thanks for watching.